Alright. So, I know that there's about a million different ports of Lemmings out there. And while I did have the PC port way back in the day. Another version I had was for the Sega Game Gear. And I'm showing that one off in particular just because it's probably not one that's really seen very much. And basically, with this one, which I guess also qualifies as the Sega Master System version, there are some levels that, as far as I can tell, are unique to this version. Which is, something that's worth showing off, I guess. So, thing is, back when I was a kid, I had a Game Genie both for the NES and for the Game Gear, and I used the heck out of them back then. As such, while I did technically beat all the levels of this, legitimately is another issue. And hopefully I can rectify this here. We'll see how things go. But let's just go ahead and get started. So one unique thing about the Game Gear is because of, I assume because of hardware limitations, no level is going to have more than 20 Lemmings. So you're not going to be having your, 50, 80, 100, or what have you. But aside from that, things are more or less going to be operating as normal. Okay, I was worried that that was going to be too long of a drop. I'm trying to remember if the lag got... how bad the lag got on this when there's 20 Lemmings on screen. I don't think it was that bad. But, oh well. And yep, there are passwords for every level, as per usual. I do have those passwords written down in one of my old notebooks. Will I really need them? Probably not, but... Okay, so you do have the button to preview, just so you're not thrown right into the action right off the bat. One nice thing about this particular version, though, so I believe it's the 2 button that assigns the abilities, and if I hold the 2 button down, as soon as a Lemming enters my crosshairs here, it just immediately applies it. So that makes any sort of precise timing a whole lot easier. Yeah, the nuke button, yeah. I don't think the nuke button... I'll probably end up showing it off at some point or another. Maybe on the first stage where... Oh, I was going to say the first stage where there's 20. I'm going to show it off on this stage. Just to see how it performs. Okay, there is a bit of slowdown on here. And you just... Yep, you have to double tap to activate the nuke. Okay. But yeah, it doesn't have the it doesn't have all the particle effects that you tend to see in other versions, but all things considered, that's probably for the best. But yeah, once all 20 lemmings are out and about, the slowdown is somewhat significant. I'm trying to remember if this is that too far? Nope, we're good. Okay, so even when there's 15, it's not so bad. Maybe it was just because all 20 were, like, all in one spot. Maybe? I don't know. Ah. And one thing I noticed, if you're holding 1 while you're scrolling the screen, it scrolls it faster. So that's a nice thing. Miners and climbers. And one thing I always liked about Lemmings was the music. And I think this version does a passable job of doing it. Of just showing the music off. Yeah, but these early stages, they're pretty much just more or less just a tutorial of how all the abilities work. Bashers this time. So, yeah, to show off the auto-targeting, I am holding the 2 button down. And, yeah. Because Bashers have... There is a bit of timing involved in just using them in general. There we go. I wasn't even looking to see how many lemmings were out and about. They might have most of them had already been out, I think. Unfortunately, okay, though there was that much. Unfortunately, there is no fast-forward function, although I guess, considering I'm on emulator, I could do it that way, but I'd have to... I don't think I have anything bound for that right now. Blockers and bombers. I think, if I remember correctly, the timing is, like, right here. 3, 2, 1... Perfect. Nice. Who needs blockers? Okay. I had to double check just to make sure there wasn't any other dumb things in the way. Yeah, that makes sense, but as I proved, as long as you know the timing of it, it's not that hard. Builders will help. This is another issue because I don't remember the angle on this. Okay. There we go. Yeah, just no sense in letting any of them fall into a pit if I can help it. Well, I guess if I don't need them on screen, no sense in having them all there. Just lag reduction. All right. Easier than it looks. And yeah, you have everything, but that's really all you need to do. Well, I guess one nice thing about, only having 20 lemmings to work with, stages like this are a lot faster because you don't have to worry about, like, having 100 work their way through. Try your best. Release rate 99. Oh, right. There we go. Game is definitely struggling a bit with all 20 lemmings out. Smile. I believe the full title is the Smile If You Love Lemmings or something like that, but, given space limitations, a lot of these titles got shortened. Having the pause feature is definitely an interesting thing. Was that Fun Stage 13? Because I don't quite remember that one off the top of my head. I'll know it when I see it, I'm sure, but... it probably would have been easier if I just put the blocker up here, but oh well. One where you have every lemming dig. Oh, the we all fall down stages. Right. Yeah. I think in this game it does 5, 10, 15, 20. Keep your hair on. 85%. Hold on, let me... Okay. I remember what I need to do. Yeah, yeah, that is true. I could have turned the release rate up, but if I'm waiting for this guy to come back, then it's not gonna matter. You know what? Let me see. I'm curious. Because seeing the frame rate is one thing, but I actually want to see the numbers. I'll probably turn it back off later, but okay, patience. 20 lemmings, 50%, 99 release rate. Oh, right, this one. It's still saying 60, which is weird. It's 13. There's we all fall down. Yep, and this first version uses 5. Alright, first things first. Because really one of the unsung hazards of We All Fall Down is that you only have 3 minutes. And it's not really that big of a concern here. But in the PC version, when you're dealing with 80, you do kind of have to actually turn up the release rate just so that you actually have enough time for all these little critters to work their way through. Next up, Origins and Lemmings. So now the question is, where do I want to build from? I think here-ish. And the nice thing is with holding the button, it also auto refreshes the builder. So you don't have to worry about that either. Yeah, I think that's the case. I didn't think about that part. I'll just go ahead and turn that back off. Although, there is a lag counter. That might be the bigger thing. Or maybe not, because even then, that number's not going up. Okay. Oh well. It was worth a look, I guess. Yeah, no sense having all the lemmings on screen at once if I don't need to. If it makes everything go faster, then that's fine. You know, it's not like I'm at risk of any of the lemmings getting hurt right now. And I do believe there are traps in this, but I don't think there are quite as many of them as other ports do. Four, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. Eyes deceive you. Oh, yeah, this one. So, case in point, that is a trap. But it's easy to just build across the gap. Yeah. I wasn't gonna get that on the first pass. I do remember we're going to be seeing a lot of these level layouts later on. Because I believe, if I remember correctly, the harder versions of these stages of a lot of these stages were made first. And then when they needed to fill out the easier difficulties, they kind of, at least for like the first few stages, they just made them tutorial stages. That should be fine. Yeah, this was the Highland clan, right? Sounds like it. I think I need to do one more. Yeah, I'll do one more, yeah. Alright. That will be enough to... I have enough leeway to let them free. Oh, I heard the explosion all the way from here, wow. If I was right on the edge, I probably could have gone without doing that, but without using a second one, but... Okay, I was worried that was going to turn back. So I don't think it would have mattered much, but I would... Save everyone, right? When you can. Not too hasty. 20 lemmings, 60%. I remember this. Starting the build from here is not going to work because you'll top out like about here. Instead, I think you need to start the build from here. You know what? Start the first one there. Just so I don't have to worry about the second blocker. I thought I didn't think the release was going to be that slow. There we go. I think that is enough. Clear. Yeah. That should be... Yep, that's just enough. Okay. I assume that the, it might be the height. Because of the size of the screen, this platform is probably not as high as it is in the PC version. And that's why you have to do the bridge this way. That would make sense. Because I don't think there is any upward scrolling at all in this game. It's all left and right. okay, that's just enough. Good. Well, yeah, but like I said, in the PC version, you still had a bigger screen, so you had more vertical real estate to be able to do stuff. Oh, whoops. Forgot about the other blocker. Easy if you know how. Release rate 99. Oh, okay, yeah, it's this one. Alright, that's fine. Oh, this is not what I was thinking of. Because I think the first version of this stage... you had, like, exactly the right number of floaters to bring them down here with, like, an exact amount. But there's no floaters this time. And those bashers are interacting with the steel underneath in some weird fashion. So I just want to make sure... Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So... thing is, I know there are traps here. It's just an issue of where are they? Okay. There's one there, and I assume that's probably... no. Was it just the one? Okay, alright. I remember in the PC version there was a lot more than just the one. Okay. At least now I know. So I just make a bridge there, and I'm good. And I do only need 40%. Yeah, I thought there were 4, which I guess safe assumption that there was going to be 4 here too, but no. So now it's just a matter of how far back do I start the build. I think that should be fine. Nope. Nope. I started it too far back. Yeah, I noticed that too, except that last one was still climbing up invisible bricks. Which was kind of weird that it was doing that. Alright. So we are good. Excuse me, Bashers, why are you not doing your job? Excuse me, Bashers. Why are you not doing your job? Okay. Guess I'll do it this way then. So, just... Okay. Nope, nope. Not quite. But that's fine. There we go. So that way, once these ones come over, they won't turn all the way back. And it still stopped right there. Wow, okay. Bashers are finicky in this game. I don't remember them being quite that bad. Yeah, I like to have extra bashers. This is... Yeah. And I can already tell that's going to be a thing. Just on this one stage alone, they've already been interacting, doing weird, inconsistent things. So that begs the question, if there's a second version of this stage, what is it going to have me do? If it's already having me do it this way the first time. Oh well. Let's block and blow. Yes, this one. The easy way is to just set up the blockers and blow them up. I know there's a second version of this where I think you only have 5 bombers and that's it. Or something like that. But one nice thing is that when you can just hold the button at a specific spot, the timing, once you figure out the timing, it's not so bad. Boom. Alright. Good Lemmings. 20 Lemmings, 70%. Oh, yeah, this one. Okay. I want to say here's a good spot for that. Yeah, the arches are pretty flat on this one, huh? But, you know, there's, that's... Engine limitations for you. Did I have the right angle? It might be close. Or maybe... Yeah, it might be close. Close enough that it'll probably turn around. Okay. Well, okay. Okay, we're good. Okay. And you didn't even turn around, so good. Oh, I can't even scroll farther than that. Okay. One concern I had is if I placed this blocker wrong, that blowing him up would dig down far enough that the Lemmings would fall through. Thankfully, that did not happen. So, we're going through these stages at a pretty good clip. I don't expect that to last too long, but... Once we start getting into tricky, I know there's one stage that was always the biggest roadblock for me. But we'll get to that when we get to that. And here is our first unique stage. Sega 1. So we've got this water tile motif going here. Yep, and it's all got the Sega logos and such. There we go. I worry that blowing this one up is gonna knock out part of the bridge. And yeah, I started way too early. Oh, way too late, rather. Yeah. So, start from here then. So there are 5 of these stages, naturally labeled Sega 1 through Sega 5, and those are spread out through Fun, Tricky, and Taxing, and then all 5 stages show up again in Mayhem with harder versions. Okay, and okay. It didn't blow up the bridge, good. And I'm pretty sure these stages pretty much replace, like, that one forest level, like, menacing, awesome, those kinds of unique stages from the PC version. So yeah, that one stage was one of the big reasons why I'm playing this, because most people probably had never seen those stages before. To live and lem. Oh yeah, this one. All right, okay. And I know there is a trap there. Okay. Yeah, but I kind of get why those stages were left out, just because they required unique assets. And, you know, Game Gear cartridges or Sega Master System cartridges can only hold so much. Excuse you? The moment you see daylight, you stop. My goodness. Maybe it was a licensing issue. I don't know. That was just my own theory on it. Could have been. But I guess were those stages in like the Super NES version? No, Psygnosis is at least in the credits on this. I don't know if that's just them getting creator credit or what, but their name is on this. Yeah, in a lot of these early stages, it mostly amounts to keep most of the Lemmings penned up while you have one Trailblazer setting up the path. Eventually, there'll come a time where that is not a viable option, just from either you need to save so many Lemmings, or you just don't have blockers. Come on. Yep, there you are. Okay, nice. Go for it! 80%. Okay. Okay. Alright. So I think I'm gonna do the one Trailblazer option. Oh! No blockers. Never mind. Oh boy. Alright. I think I have enough builders that I should be able to keep enough of these guys occupied. be enough. Yeah. Ah, really? Well, darn it. That's fine. I don't think that was quite enough. But that certainly will be. Ooh, I was actually afraid that I had gone too far. Thankfully not. Okay, so I let one go, but thankfully that should not be an issue because I don't think I needed to save 100%. Okay, yeah, 80%, but yeah, it was enough. That lemming feeling, 25%. Oh, yeah, this one. Okay. Alright. So that ends there. So I'd start. Okay. Okay, good. I keep expecting you to turn around when you hit the wall, but no. Thankfully, you're not. Excuse me? Uh, okay, like... Oh, okay, well that works. Alright. That's one way for you to turn around, I guess. Okay. Thankfully, I was on the ball on getting that last bash done. Alright then. Apparently not. I was expecting it to, but it didn't. Which I guess can be a benefit in some ways, but now that I'm more aware of it. But yeah, getting these guys to turn around might be a bit of a problem in the future. In situations where I would need them to. Konbanwa, Lemming-san. 99 release rate, 65%. Yeah, this one. Oh boy, okay. I'm pretty sure that's a trap. Oh boy, I do not remember how to go about this. I really don't remember how to go about this. Excuse me, thank you. Now the question is... I don't remember if this was a survivable fall. So I made you a floater just to make sure. Yeah, bombing you is not a good idea. There we go. Wasn't sure if that would have been enough. You guys should survive that. Yeah, okay. We're good. We are good. Yeah, the nice thing about being able to hold the button to assign things is that way you know in situations like this you know you're assigning your role to the first one in line. Because otherwise you might assign like the climber to the first one but the floater to the second one and then you're screwed. Lemmings, Lemmings. I think the full title of this is Lemmings, Lemmings Everywhere. 50%. Oh, yeah, this one. Okay. How well does this work regarding them turning around? I don't remember. Hold on. I want to see where these guys end up. Are they just going to get smooshed? Yeah. I'm mostly just trying to save this one for the heck of it at this point. There we go. So I think 50 was what I needed. Yeah, okay. We're good. We are good. Oops, Sega 2. Except the logo is backwards. Ooh. I'm trying to remember if that's a trap or not. I don't remember. Okie dokie. Oh, we have limited resources. Okay. That's good to know. I just want to find out if this is a trap or not. Because if it is, then I'll have to account for it. It is not. Okay. Apparently it was only 2 lemmings, too. I didn't notice that part. I also did not notice if... I didn't notice if this was 100% or not. I guess we'll find out. Well, alright then. That shouldn't be a thing, but oh well, that's just amusing at this point. Alright, so was this 50% or 100? Darn, okay. I had a hunch that it was 100%. As I didn't see the number of lemmings that I had to work with. The amount of resources I get makes a little bit more sense now. But keeping the other one penned in is not an issue. But you know what? This method works. Oh. Crap. I didn't realize I had used up all my bashers just to get through this stupid thing. Makes me think I should probably build over that instead. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? And so I'm just, at the end, I was just going to assign this one as a climber anyway. I do it? Oh! Oh. Okay, apparently I was 1 pixel too high. Oops. This game be silly sometimes. There we go. Go ahead and assign you a floater just in case. Okay. Now we're good. Yeah, I think that's definitely the easier way than trying to navigate through this stuff. Alright. 28. Be careful out there. 50%. Oh yeah. No floaters, so can't get by on that. Oop. I'm trying to be precise, but it's dark blue against black, so that'll be fine. That's fine. And all the Lemmings hadn't even been released yet. There we go. I think the goal was 50. So I'm definitely in the clear here. Yeah, that would make sense. Especially on when you have like 80 lemmings and you have to save like 62% or some weird number like that. If they could fly, 60%. 80% release rate, 80 release rate. I was trying to remember if this stage was in here. I think here. They don't want them climbing up here. So I fear I might have started it too late. Yeah, this is not that simple. Because when you hit your head, you're not going to move backwards. Okay. Is this the intended method? Probably not, but who cares? Excuse me? Okay, good. It was a 50-50 shot there. I'm usually not having to do it this way. Or at least I'm not. It's not something that I remember having to do. Now I'm starting to be concerned about the timer. I think the timer will probably be fine. So I'm pretty sure I'm in the clear to rebuild this part now. That works. All right, that was a weird way of going about it, but it got the job done. I remember the PC version, I think if you place it like around here, it would go all the way up, but given the screen layout, I don't think that's a viable option here. So I don't like where the timer is, but I think we're good. Okay. And we are good. Alright. To 29. Waralora Lemmings. 60%. Release rate 90. Oh, yeah. This one. Yeah. I suspect I'm gonna need another basher here. Yep. Called it. Go ahead and bash through that. That works. Okay, that's... Excuse me, game! Like I said, the moment they see any sort of daylight, they stop. Although getting this bit coordinated is going to be a bit of a thing. Yeah, see, the thing is, so do I. Go ahead and blow you up just so I don't... Just so I don't have to worry about doing it later. Yeah, the laser was not a thing. Not until Lemmings 2. Okay. I could just build this, but this way works too. Oh. That's fine. Weird, stupid interactions, but you know what? It's getting the job done, and that's all that matters. The fact that I have 20 lemmings and 20 of everything definitely makes moments like this a lot easier to work with. We'll see how long that lasts. Alright. Onwards to Fun 30, the end of the fun category. Lock up the lemmings. 66%. There's no way to do exactly 66% when you have 20 lemmings. I thought it was this one. Oh. I know there's a version of this stage where you only have three bashers. And I think the release rate's at like 99. So you just gotta get lucky. It feels like raising the release rate doesn't really do anything until you hit like 80. Because it's a slow drip, and then all of a sudden, whoosh. Alright. And that is the fun difficulty done. Onwards to tricky. This is a doodle. 50%. Okay, yeah. Now I'm down to 10 of everything. Yeah, no cutscene. I don't remember seeing one of those in the PC version either. Not the version I had, anyway. Okay, SNES version, yeah, that... I'm not familiar with that one. Aside from the fact that Sunsoft difficulty exists. And I only know about that because I have the Nintendo Power Top Secret Passwords book. I still have that. Let all of you go about your merry way. We all fall down 10 lemmings this time. Release rate 40. I'll just bump that up to 76. See, even at 76, that's still really slow for a release rate. There we go. So no, that's the difference between, what, 75 and 85? The release rate is weird and wonky in this game. Alright, ladder will be handy. 50%. Oh, yeah, okay. Alright, time to make one big bridge. And once it gets done, then I'll just mine through here so I don't have to... Well... Honestly, I should have just done the mining the first. Oh boy, I think I screwed up. Unless... Except... Alternate plan. There we go. That was kind of a messed up way of going about it, but hey, if it works, it works. Because I didn't think I was going to assign floaters to that whole bunch all at once without losing anything. One prepared earlier. 50%. Okay. So, first question, can they walk over this? Yes. Uh-huh. Hopefully I don't lose that climber. I don't think I will because of the blocker, but... I'm glad I noticed this stuff over here when I did. No, it doesn't have a mini-map. Thing is, where would you put it? I should have held off on making that third climber. Oh well. So it turns out that first blocker I made was totally pointless. Because they were just going to corral themselves all here in the first place. Oh well. Oh, right. Okay, I'm glad I didn't bomb this one yet. Alright, yep. But tricky is where you really have to start thinking, because you more likely than not will have limited resources. So you gotta figure out the best way of using it all. And yep, there you are. Right. No careless clicking. 20%. Okay. Of course, I don't get to see what my resources are ahead of time, which sucks. Okay. So I only get 2 bashers for this. Yikes. Which makes me think that I'm intended to use bombers for this, because diggers and miners would not get through this. Huh. And I think building like here would be fine. Yeah, I think that'll be... Yeah, here or here, like here or here would probably be good. Okay. I goofed. Unless this works. If it does, then I'm good. Well, I mean... There we go. Okay. That was a bit wonky, but it got the job done. Okay, we're good. And thankfully, yeah, with this spot here, I didn't have to worry about... Well, I didn't have to worry about putting a blocker back here anyway. That's fine. Because there was nowhere for them to go. Lemmingology, 80%. 5 lemmings. That's notable. I'm glad I spotted that. Okay, good resources. So now it's just a matter of... How do I go about it? Well... They're all automatically corralled in here anyway, so... And I'm using the fact these guys don't turn around to my advantage. Which actually makes this pretty trivial. Oops. Well, I mean, at least, thankfully, it ain't 100%. Yeah. Do I have to be pixel perfect on this? I don't think so, but of course I have it. I forget if the goal was 60% or 80%, but either way, we're fine. Okay, it was 80%. Cool. Seen it, done it. Oh, yeah, this is the one. I remember this was the stage that was probably one of my biggest roadblocks back in the day. Mostly because of the time frame, oddly enough. Because I was so focused on getting this one lemming to do the thing that I didn't set the horde loose in time. Excuse me? I don't remember you starting going to the left like that. Ah. Yeah. Okay, the fact that they're going to the left first thing is throwing me off. Because I don't remember doing that. There we go. Perfect. Okay, good. fact that I'm able to get one build up from one platform to the next is good. Dang it! And then I mess it up that way. Eh. At least I've got a good plan to go for this. The one nice thing with being able to line something up pixel perfect and the auto assign function, you can set it up so it's the same way every time. I do have... Crap. Okay. Excuse me. You just phased through the wall there, bud. Oh dear. That's a concern. This time I actually want the basher to be dumb. Because if it goes a pixel too far, that breaks the bridge, and... Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Okay. And with plenty of time, too. Makes you wonder what I was doing wrong before that I was running out of time doing this. Oh well. Lemmings Sanctuary. Blockers and builders, and that's all I get. Okay. And I have to be very careful about where I place them, too. Okay. Oh, that's gonna end badly, isn't it? Darn. Well, I mean, every stage is gonna have a max of 20. That's just how it is in this version. Oh, that sucks. So was I 1 pixel off on being good on this? Yes, I was. I should have enough builders left I could just build over you. Okay. Honestly, I probably... I should have started sooner. I started, like, down here or something. Yeah, well... Even if I did have a bomber... If I bombed you, that would break this, and they all would die. And I started too high... And... Oh, maybe... Yeah, I started too high. Okay. Fine. That should be okay. I'm tempted to grab a ruler or something to try to line up some of these things. Or just some other kind of straight edge. I don't need to be pixel perfect here, me. Well, the thing is, now, I think I'm free to just start to build over you now. Because there's nothing that can kill them at this point. No long falls, no fire that they can fall into. So in theory, this should make things a little bit more efficient. Or at least in-game time-wise. The lag I'd have to suffer through is another issue. Oh, wait, I do need a second one for this. Oh, jeez, everyone's just right behind him. And without any bombers, I can't even blow this guy up ahead of time. I have to wait until the end to and Armageddon him. Thankfully, I have enough builders to get the job done. Honestly, it feels like the biggest issue is that while I have the game paused, not only does this not show up, I can't even select one of these while it's paused. So definitely have to do some finagling if I really need that kind of time precision. There we go. Alright, on to stage 9. Just keep on coming. 20 lemmings, 90%. Ew. Okay. See, I recognize a lot of these stages, but it's just a matter of, remembering what I need to do. So, the current plan is to let the main mass just congregate here. And have one build this way, bash through here, and build across this. And I got plenty of resources to do exactly that. Okay. Alright, so... I don't feel comfortable with have you not be a floater on top of that. That's fine. Because, yeah, I'm not sure if that's a safe drop, now that I think about it, but I can account for that. Yeah, you're about to, yep, climb up that. Excuse you! The level geometry is being kind of weird and uncooperative today. Alright, now here's the hoping that that's enough. Okay, that was a little closer to the edge than I thought it was going to be. But that's fine. I think one more after this should be fine. I could just assign them all as climbers too, but I guess I feel like doing it this way. At least this way I know I'm not hitting the climb at the wrong time and have them go back this way. So, the moment of truth. Did I cushion the fall well enough for them to survive? If not, then I'll know to build from here or something. Yeah, I could. Okay, we're good. But I wasn't sure that I would be able to get them all. Considering, at least, especially this bunch up in the front. But everything's fine. %. A lot of them about. 20 lemmings, 90%. Oh boy, okay. Double. Okay. It feels weird seeing the lemmings exiting in multiple directions. I got plenty of time. I need to focus on making sure I don't mess this up. Yeah, I want to say the PC version had that too, but like I said, with this, where would you put the mini-map in this? There we go. That takes care of that. I believe it was 90% that I needed. 90% is what I'm getting. Alright, Lemmings in an attic. 20 Lemmings, 80%. Okay. Okay. I seem to recall there's a version of this where you have to send a climber up and bomb them here. I don't think that's this version, though. No, it's not. So, in this case, we're more or less free to just send one builder. Of course, the timing is just enough that when I'm setting up the blocker, the other lemming is just right next to the pit. See, I increased the rate, but it didn't really change. It was still the same rate, even when I bumped it up to 50. It's like, what the heck? There we go. So now the question is, where do I want to position it? Let's try here. Because I don't think here would be high enough. Oh, the lag is going to be so bad once it gets to this point, but I won't have much choice. Okay, that should be just enough. Just enough height, yeah. If not, then I'll move it up to here or something. Oh yeah, wow, that was perfect. Dang, I just nailed that height. That was perfect height. Okay, it went to 18 for a second. I was like, wait, what? Until I realized, oh, right, one of them went in. Alright, so by and large, this is going alright so far. The one stage that I was worried about ended up being not that big of an issue. But because that was the stage I had issues with, I don't really remember how most of these ones go moving forward. So, yeah. Bitter Lemming, 80%. Okay. From the aforementioned Top Secret Passwords book, I believe this was one of the Sunsoft levels, or at least a version of the layout. One of the Sunsoft levels looked like this. Let's see. How do I want to go about this? Bashers, climbers, and bashers, builders, and floaters. That's all I got. Oh boy. But I'm pretty sure. That's what I thought. That is what I thought. Actually. saved it. Was this the way I should be going about it? Probably not. Although this just got a little bit more complicated. Oh dear. I gotta get this right. That should do it. Okay, we're good. We're good. And that was an awkward way of doing it, but hey, whatever gets the job done, right? Lemming drops. 20 more lemmings, 70%. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay, so there's a stage that already have 50 builders. Ah. Hard water. Although... Oops. The thing is, that wasn't a splash, that was a crunch. Yeah, he died due to from the fall, not from the landing in the water part. Alright, so... Although the concern now is because the lemming's not going to turn around, making this path is going to be an issue, except I could just make them all climbers. Right, that is a thing I can do. But... But I need to make them all floaters, too. So I feel like if I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this now, before they all get bunched up. There we go. Thing is, I feel like making some sort of comparison picture with the various release rates, because it feels like it doesn't feel right. There it is. Okay. I knew I had missed one somewhere. You know what? You just do this. Well, it's not so much that. It's more of the fact that, like, 1 through 50 feels like it's the same rate. And then when you go, and it only really gets faster once you actually hit, like, 65 or 70. That's my main wonder. Like, say, take a picture, like, take a screenshot of the Lemmings coming out at, like, 1 versus 50 versus 70, and seeing what the actual difference is, or where the actual difference shows up. Because it feels like I have to bump up this release rate to like 65 for it to actually do anything. Honestly, I could have just left it alone, couldn't I? They're all floaters, and I'm going to make them all climbers. They could have just climbed up this and be done with it. Oh well. I'm doing it this way. This way it'll be a bit faster in the long run, I think. One thing I remember from the... But goodness knows all you see are pictures in the bottom corner, but... I remember in the PC version... when you assign someone as both a climber and a floater, they're labeled as an athlete. Which is an interesting thing. Oh! Menacing is in here. But I don't think that's actually what Menacing normally looks like, though. No floaters at all. That's notable. Hold on. Notably, I only have 5 builders for this. And building from here, I don't think it'll be enough. So I think I need to maybe build from here. And I'm noting it from like the left edge of the crosshair. Except I also need to build to get you guys out of here. Huh. Okay. I don't remember what the goal percentage was. Yeah, A, this isn't high enough. And B, this wouldn't be enough to accomplish this. And then I built it the wrong way. Okay. Okay, different train of thought here. Alright, if nothing else, I want to see where a good spot is to build. See if... Just scouting for the future here. Because I'll probably go ahead and build the first one on the actual attempt. And that is not enough. Okay. So, I'll have to maybe build from here then. That should do it. Definitely already starting to do some thinking on this. So I need to save my miner. I'm gonna build this, then send a second climber over, make this a blocker at the top, send another builder over, and then mine my way down through here and hope that I have the right angle for this. I'm gonna try from here first and see if that works. Got 2 more builders, and that will be enough to make that. Assuming I have the right height. Actually, I'm gonna try it from here first. Because I don't quite remember what kind of angle this is. Yeah, I think that might be too shallow. Though notably, I'm still gonna have to make a builder here too. I forgot forgot about that part. But yeah, I started too soon. I needed to... My original thought was the right one, I think. I think. I think the fact that I used 2 builders on the one over here is not ideal. So I have to shift this over a little bit because I think I have enough to make this in one go with enough height. But I just want to confirm. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. All right, I have an idea of what I need to do now. At least this is pretty much exactly what it needs to be. So I just have to put it all together. But at least they survive the trip through here. That's a good thing. Might as well set the second one going, because why not? It feels like building from here would not be quite enough, so just a little bit farther back. And the fact that you climbed up that is... Actually, idea. If I do that... So this is the ideal spot. So as long as the blocker actually does his job right there, when I bomb it, that'll create a ramp through there, so I won't have to use a builder for that. Thoughts are being had. Now it's just a matter of whether or not it works. Well, I think now the biggest concern is whether I built that high enough. Oh yeah, okay. Blocker did its job. And that should be enough of a indentation to get everyone up there. Oh, are you kidding? It wasn't enough? Ah, man, that sucks. Okay. By one dang pixel, too. Alright, moment of truth. Was this enough, or do I have to push it back? It wasn't enough. It wasn't high enough. Okay. Ah, man, that was one pixel off. Well, okay, I think I see why. Okay, alright. Let's try this again. Alright, at least everything else is more or less in place. I just have to make sure everything is actually where it needs to be. So, to bump it back to here, I think. That should... Yep. Didn't see the climbing animation, so we're good there. Alright, and it looks like... Well, I'll bump it back just a little bit. I still have one extra builder to play with. And those guys will be safe in here. Oh, wait. And I'm not going to bomb the other one because the climber will be heading over there in a bit. Nice, perfect. And they should be able to get up there easily enough. Okay, we're good. And I don't remember what the percentage was, so I'm not gonna let you go to waste. I'm gonna let you work your way back around. Alright, yeah, we're already getting to a point where we're having to really think about what we're doing here. Which makes me worried about how Taxing and Mayhem are going to treat me. But, you know, that's one thing I like about puzzle games. It makes you think. Okay, I only needed 75. Okay, we're good. Ozone Lemmings, 40%. 10 Lemmings to work with. Okay. Oh, okay, so we're back to these now. All right. I thought these were going to show up later. Because, yeah, we got bombers. And only bombers. Okay, turns out I... Oh, I screwed up. Okay, no, we're good, we're good. We're good. I was afraid I was gonna... the bomb was gonna go too deep and make a pit. Alright. Lovely jubbly. 20 lemmings, 80%. Uh-huh. So... Ooh, boy. 2 bashers, 1 miner, and 10 bombers. And I think I believe I'm only allowed to choose 4 of them. Alright, let's see. I'll push it back to here. Thankfully, there's a barrier here, so no one's gonna fall into a pit at all. But, there we go. So that should be 85, and a clear. I imagine in theory, if you position the miner just right, you could dig through that, but I don't trust it. Nice. Diet Lemmingade. 20 lemmings, 90%. Ah, this one. The thing is, I'm just going to do it the exact same way I did it the first time. Let's see, there it is. Because this is the exact spot to get through this. There we go. Bring them all out a little bit faster. Needed 90, got 90. Lemming Terrier, Watson. 10 lemmings, 90%. I can only lose 1. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. There we go. That works. I don't even think I needed the floater, but I thought that second one was gonna go off the edge here. Alright. Lemming Land. 20 lemmings, 95%. Looks straightforward. What are my resources? Okay. Okay. Alright. Alright, I think I see what I need to do. I'm gonna send 2 climbers over. Put one of them blocking here. Well, for one, I'll make one build over here. Yeah, I'll set one of the 2 builders. One of the 2 climbers will build over this. Then it'll block that. And then mine through this. And that should do it. Okay. Not sure what the 10 floaters are for, but you know what? Might as well, because that someone on the return trip will be climbing up that. That's why. So now my concern is when they try to climb back, will that block the way? Will that prevent them from being able to climb out? Let's find out. Yes, it does. Okay, that is a concern. That is a concern. Okay. So how do I go about this then? Well, I can't do the dig and build to make them turn around, but I can make it so I can dig down and build it here just to make a bridge, so that we don't do that. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. I'm gonna let the second one do the digging here. Well, no. Because you can climb up that, and I don't have to worry. Nobody else is making a return trip, so that should not be a problem. And with the basher in hand, if I dug too deep, I can interrupt it with a bash and go straight instead to finish it off. Which, in this case, wouldn't even be that big of an issue, because the steel is going to block to stop it anyway. So that works. And since I'd already... Yeah. But you're still going forward, but I had already made you a floater, so you will survive that. Yep, and the others are already filing in, so we're good. It's nice to know that the crater made by a bomber isn't so deep that a lemming can't climb out of it. Alright then. Alright. One-way digging. 20 lemmings, 85%. Uh-huh. So I assume there's going to be a climber involved. You know what? No reason not to... Of course, the Basher is doing stupid Basher things. But I still have one left over, and that should be fine. Never mind, I forgot to put the floater in place. Dang it. Notably, when they're all exploding like that, they don't fall down into the pits that the ones next to them are making. See, it didn't do the stupid thing this time, and I don't know why. Alright, there are no other obstacles, so we are good. And since it's about that time, once this level is over, I'm gonna end things off for today. Definitely made some good progress today, though. I wasn't expecting to get this far into Tricky. I thought I'd maybe make it to stage 10 of Tricky or something. Yep. In they go. And 0. Good. So I'm not even going to place a save state. I'm actually going to physically write the password down. So it's WNCW. WNBVL. All right. I might as well get a sneak peek of the next stage. All the sixes. I imagine the original had 66 lemmings too. Okay, yeah, that looks interesting. So, I guess join me next time when we continue working our way through Tricky. There's only 10 stages left of Tricky, and we'll see. There's already the one stage that I remember from taxing is the second stage. And I don't really. I remember a solution for it, but it wasn't for this version of the game, so I don't even know if it would work. So, I guess until then, this is MeleeWizard, and have a nice night.